Welcome back, everybody, to the Metropolis Bulldogs Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. I am super appreciative for all of the support on the first episode of this series, and I'm glad that you guys are as excited as I am for this dynasty to finally kick off. If you missed episode 1 and would like to check it out, I will leave a card to that one in the top right of your screen. We introduced the roster, the team, the storylines, all that stuff, so if you did miss it, I encourage you to check it out for some context going into our very first game in program history. We come in as a 61 overall, which is really bad, the worst team in college football, to be specific. We've got a tough matchup today on the road against the Maryland Terrapins. These guys are one of our rivals. Of course, us and them are located pretty close geographically, with us being in Washington, D.C., and Maryland being not too far north in College Park. The Terps come from the Big Ten, one of the better Power 5 conferences in the country, and Maryland is no pushover in that conference, one of the more respectable teams throughout the entire country, and even if they're not some powerhouse, they are a very good team and definitely a lot better on paper than us. They've got a lot of talent on both sides of the ball, including sophomore quarterback Talia Tungavailoa, the younger brother of Tua. Since we're going to play Maryland every year, we're really going to follow these guys quite a bit, and I'm curious to see what Talia's career in college ends up looking like. They had a dynamic tandem at wide receiver with Dante Demas Jr. and Rakeem Jarrett, and a lot of talent throughout the defensive side of the ball. So it's going to be a challenge here for our Metropolis Bulldogs, who are not the best. Our highest rated players is 76 overall, but we're a young team. We're going to show a lot of effort this year, and although you should not expect this team to win a whole ton of games, if this team can manage to stay competitive in a lot of games this season, particularly ones like this one against a rival, then I would definitely consider this season a success, and I'm curious to see how the Bulldogs play in their first game in program history against their rival, the Maryland Terrapins. So let's get this one underway. Welcome, everybody, to Maryland Stadium here in College Park, Maryland, the season opener and the program debut of the Metropolis Bulldogs as they face off against their rivals, the Maryland Terrapins. For those of you who are new around here, tails never fails. Well, it fails like 20% of the time, but this is not one of those 20% as we do win the coin toss. Normally, I choose to kick off. However, today I want to start with the ball. If we can set the tone on offense, that'd be a really big deal, but if it's a normal game, expect us to defer. So here's the kickoff. The Metropolis Bulldogs Dynasty is officially underway as that one goes in the back of the end zone. So we take a look at the offense led by sophomore quarterback Victor Johans, who will be the starter. It's going to be an option on first down, a pitch for the senior Mekhi Diggins, and he is smothered in the backfield for a loss of 4 by Kenny Bennett. Yeah, it might be a long year, guys. Mekhi Diggins is a two-way player. He starts at corner and running back, the best player and leader of our team. 3rd and 13 now. Johans scrambling to the right side, looking to throw it, and he just has to get rid of it. Nearly sacked. Couldn't find anybody open, so a 3 and out on the opening possession there for Metropolis. Not a great opening drive, if I do say so myself. Maryland has the football as it's an early 3rd and 10 here for the Terps. Tungavailoa looking to throw it under pressure, takes a shot deep downfield. It's caught by Jones, who is in, stumbling for a touchdown. Darryl Jones with the first points of the season, and the Maryland Terrapins strike first. Again, as I said earlier, do not expect Metropolis to win a lot of games this year. But so far, the Bulldogs don't even look competitive early on in this one, allowing a 50-plus yard bomb. The cornerback, number 12, Hassan Antonio, got burned, and now it is a 7-0 game. The offense has it back. They got nothing going on the first drive as Victor Johans, he made the right read on the read option and still loses 2. That's Tareed still with the tackle. Certainly a lack of explosiveness and athleticism on this entire roster, including the quarterback position. 3rd and 12 now for the Bulldogs. Victor Johans going to look to throw it. Johans scrambling a little bit. He goes short for Tyrese Rogers. It only took 6 plays for the Bulldogs to get positive yardage. Rogers only gets around 4, though, so that'll force another punt, and the Maryland offense gets it back. I think this is a pass-first team, but they also like to run the ball. Senior running back Tayon Fleet Davis is certainly a name to watch as Tungavailoa connects with the senior wideout Dante Demas Jr. on the out route for the first down. Demas is a projected Day 2 NFL draft pick, so certainly more pedigree than our guys. There's the youngster Rakeem Jarrett, one of the top recruits in Maryland recent history looks to really develop here nicely. And then Tayon Fleet Davis up the middle with a nice gain of around 16 yards. He's a big bruising back, and he's a lot bigger and stronger than our defensive lineman, as it's a handoff back to Fleet Davis, who just bullies defenders for a first down, as Maryland now has it on the goal line, and it continues to be a rough start here for our Bulldogs. Tagovailoa back to Fleet Davis on 2nd and goal, and he is smothered. Miles Burrow, the junior linebacker, comes in and makes the play. Hey, maybe goal line defense is the opening positive here for Metropolis. 3rd and goal now. Tagovailoa goes short for Fatama'u, who only gets a couple, so the defense gets the stop. But there's one problem. Roughing the passer. The one time the defense gets a 3rd down stop, that happens. The sophomore defensive tackle, Scout Lopez, is called for the flag. It's an automatic first down for Maryland, and they now have it pretty much of a 1-yard line as head coach Isaiah Sparks pleads his case to the officials, but will not get the call. So here on 1st and goal, Tagovailoa keeps it himself, and he is smothered. The junior linebacker, Malcolm DeGray, who hopes to be one of the better players and leaders on this defense, forcing a loss. 2nd and goal to toss for Fleet Davis, who breaks by Jovanovic and is in for a Maryland touchdown. The goal line defense was really good on that drive. It took Maryland 5 plays to get in the end zone. It shouldn't take 5 plays because you shouldn't have 5 goal line plays, but the penalty happened. So now the offense has it back. Hey, that's the best play of the day. A gain of 6 for Mekhi Diggins. The run game has been a train wreck so far. The offensive line really has not done a whole lot. 2nd and 4. Johan's under pressure. He connects with Emmanuel Cortez. It only took 6 minutes to get the first down in program history, but maybe we'll see the offense start to get some things going. This is a run-first team, but I'm curious to see what Johans can do as a passer as he connects with the senior Reggie King for a big gain of 22 yards, by far the longest offensive play of the day so far. King was able to run by the corner pretty easily, and King is not a speedster. He's 6'5", more of a jump ball receiver. As that concludes the first quarter. Not a great start. The Bulldogs are down 14-0. But I will say, if we do want to find some positives, the goal line defense looks good, and the offense seems to be coming into their own this possession with 2 early first downs in the pass game. So even early 4th down from around the 30-yard line, the Bulldogs are going to go for it. It's a handoff from the power back, Xavier Grice, and he does not get it. The run game continues to be a disaster as he only got around 1 there, so Maryland has it back. 3rd and 9. Tagovailoa takes a deep shot downfield. It's caught by Jarrett, and he is off to the races, untouched for a score, and the Terps extend their lead. It's a 57-yarder for the redshirt freshman. This play just symbolizes the entire day. Diggins and Jovanovic tripping over each other. I mean, it just continues to be a rough start here for our Metropolis Bulldogs. And hey, this is what we expected. I told you guys going into this game, this team is not great, but hopefully we can continue to stay competitive and continue to fight, even though it's been a disaster through the first quarter plus up to this point. So the offense has it back. Maybe this is the drive where they figure things out. 2nd and 10. Johans has no time to throw it, and he is going to be sacked on the play for a loss of 12 by Nick Cross, the highest-rated player on this team. After a great Maryland punt return, they start with unbelievable field position as it's Okonkwo, who gets around 8 or 9, but we have a late flag again on the defense. It'll be a face mask called an automatic first down for the Terps. That one is called against senior cornerback Teddy Edwards, who has had a challenging day as a 66 overall, guarding a future 2nd-round pick in Dante Demas. 2nd and 5 now. The Terps trying to make it a 4-score game, and they do just that as Talia Tagovailoa keeps it himself for a touchdown. And Maryland now leads this one 28-0. So the offense has it back. Around 2.5 to go in the first half. Look at Victor Johan showing off the wheels. Johans isn't the fastest, but he's not also a snail in the pocket, showing off what he can do as a runner on that play. Handoff here for Tutu Ardavius the third. He is smothered in the backfield. But hey, there's a flag. Face mask against Maryland. Although our Bulldogs have been sloppy with the penalty flags, so has Maryland so far, as that one is called against the cornerback Kenny Bennett. So it gives Metropolis an additional 15 yards and an automatic first down. 3rd down and 7 now for the Bulldogs. Johan scrambling to the right side, looking to throw it, and it is caught What a dot by Victor Johans. Great footwork there as well by the senior Reggie King. Wow, what a great third down conversion. Maybe the best offensive play of the day. The booth would review it, but it looks like he got both feet in bounds. Let's see what the call from the official ends up being.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
And indeed, the play does stand. The correct call there from the officials. But a couple plays later, it's now a 3rd and 12. Under a minute left to go in the half. Metropolis has not used a timeout yet as Johans goes short for Emmanuel Cortez. It looked like he got the first down, but it might not matter because it's going to be an automatic first down anyway off the face mask. That'll move the Bulldogs half the distance to the goal, now at around the 5-yard line with the call against cornerback Tarheeb Still. Now it is 2nd and goal from around the 3. Metropolis is inching very close to the end zone. Johans connects with O'Shane Yakabuti. The first touchdown in Metropolis Bulldogs history is hauled in by the senior tight end. A good throw there and a good read from Johans. And then O'Shane Yakabuti making the play to put the Metropolis Bulldogs on the board. But it has still been a rough first half. 28-7 is your score. The offense got off to a slow start, minus that last drive, which was quite good. Maryland has scored a touchdown on every drive except for their last one, and that's because they got the ball back with like 15 seconds to go. So it really doesn't count. Since Metropolis opened this game up on offense, it will be the Terps who will start this third quarter with the football. 2nd and 7. Tagovailoa looking to throw it. He goes short for Jones. We have another flag. The flags have been flying in this game, and it's going to be a roughing the passer called against the Bulldogs, against Jonathan Savage II, the sophomore. So the defense knows they have to get to the quarterback, but you got to sack him when the ball is in his hands. 2nd and inches now. Maryland moving down the field nicely as it's Tayon Fleet Davis who cuts to the outside and eventually pushed out by the junior safety Tavion Lewis. But the Maryland offense again is having their way. Tagovailoa on 3rd and 5 connects on the out route to Darryl Jones. That'll bring Maryland inside the 5-yard line as they are really close to scoring another touchdown. 1st and goal, handoff for Tayon Fleet Davis, who is in for his 2nd touchdown of the game. And Maryland now makes it 5 for 5 on scoring drives. I'm not counting the last one at the end of the first half because they ran like one play and didn't even try. So the offense has it back. It's a 3rd and inches. Handoff for the senior Mekhi Diggins, who makes a nice cut, breaks a tackle, and gains 11. That is more rushing yards than Diggins had in the entire first half. And it's not really his fault. The offensive line has been, well, brutal up to this point. Although I guess the running backs haven't really been doing any favors. On 2nd and 6, there's John Alexander, who runs for a first down. And maybe the rushing attack is starting to turn a corner a little bit. The Metropolis offense is starting to run the ball a lot better. 2nd and 9, handoff for Alexander. I think I spoke too soon. John Alexander smothered for a loss of 3 by Ruben Hippolyte II, and it is now a 3rd down and 12. Victor Johans looking to throw it. He goes short for Reggie King, who was wrapped up at the 31-yard line for only a gain of 4. Victor Johans has been very efficient today, but he's gone for so many short passes because, well, no pass blocking, and there's not a lot of explosiveness at wide receiver. So here's the lefty kicker, Mark Mitchell, from 48 yards out, and it is good. I didn't know if he had the leg to get that one in, but it scrapes through, and the Bulldogs are now in the double figures. To be honest, I wasn't really expecting this team to score double-digit points, so already the offense has done enough to make me pleased. Now it's time for the defense to make a play. 3rd and 10, Tagovailoa under pressure, and the ball is out, and it's picked up by Metropolis. Scout Lopez is the one who recovered it. That was Malcolm DeGray who forced the fumble. I guess that's kind of a sack. They would end up not counting that as a sack or a forced fumble for whatever reason. The play would stand as a fumble, though they did not want to give DeGray credit in the stat sheet for whatever reason. As Grice loses 2, wrapped up by Sam Okuayinonu, that will conclude the 3rd quarter. Not bad, all things considered. The offense drove down the field and scored a field goal. The defense forced their first turnover in program history. And in the red zone, Metropolis has a chance to make this game even closer. 3rd down and 6 here for the Bulldogs. Johans looking to throw it. He goes short for O'Shane Yakabuti, who only gets around 2 yards. Again, this offense really does not stretch the field well vertically. And the field goal unit returns. It's a shorter kick here for the sophomore Marks Mitchell. And the marksman will drill it. Actually, that one nearly did not go in, But it still falls, and Mitchell still has not missed a kick yet today. 2 for 2 on field goals, 1 for 1 on point after tries. And it's now a little bit closer, 35-13. Tonga Vailoa keeps it on the option, and he is smothered in the backfield again by Malcolm DeGray, who I think has been the best player for the Bulldogs today. He's been flying around the field, multiple tackles for losses. He had the strip sack as well, which again wasn't counted as a sack for whatever stupid reason, but I'm counting it. 3rd and 5 now. Tonga Vailoa sacked on the play. The senior, Kevin Toto, comes in to make the play. That's the first official sack in the record books for our Metropolis Bulldogs, but technically the second one. So that'll force a punt. The offense has it back. And hey, that's 2 straight scoreless drives from the Maryland offense. The Bulldogs offense, meanwhile, has scored on 3 consecutive possessions, trying to make it 4, as on a 4th down, Johans does not get the first down. So to answer the question, no, it will not be 4 straight possessions. Again, that was Ruben Hippolyte, the second, who brought him down. So Maryland has it back, really just trying to chew some clock. Not in this game, weirdly, as Tonga Vailoa throws it away. So the defense forces a 3rd straight stop, and the offense will stay on the field for Maryland here. They want to end the game, and they're going to go for it here on a 4th and 5. Talia Tonga Vailoa looks to throw it under pressure, and it is incomplete. Great defense, great pass rush there from the Metropolis Bulldog defense. So they do force a big 4th down stop, and the offense gets it back with pretty solid field position and probably enough time to run one more drive down the field. But we have another 4th down. It's 4th and 4. The Bulldogs have struggled on 4th downs today. Will they get this one? Yes, Makai Diggins barely gets enough for the first down, but he does, and that'll keep the drive going. 3rd and 2, again going back to the run. It's 2-2 Ardavius the third who gets the first. It's been nice seeing these other backs, Ardavius, Grice, and Alexander, get touches, even if none of them have played all that well. First down now, Johans with a strike for Danilo Walls. He brings it to 1. That's a 22-yard gain, tied for the longest offensive play of the day. We have not seen Johans really throw it past 10 yards at all for the most part today, but that was a beauty. Great route there by Walls, and now the offense has a great shot to punch it in. Johans scrambling, it's a touchdown in the hands of the senior Reggie King, and look at the scoreboard. It's a 2-possession game. Does Metropolis have a realistic chance to win with 17 seconds left? No, but this game, scoreboard-wise, does look awfully competitive. Here's the onside kick from Mark Mitchell. It went a grand total of about 4 yards before being recovered by Okonkwo. And that is pretty much how the game would end. 35-20 is your final. Overall, a pretty good game here for Metropolis. Now, I will say, Maryland pretty much stopped trying after they were up 28-0. But we did score 20 of the final 27 points in this game. And statistically, Maryland was not a whole lot better than us. Now, again, they completely dominated us when they were giving an effort. But nonetheless, I think this was a really promising showing from us, and we certainly fought until the end, even when we were out of it. I thought Victor Johans was really impressive. Now, he only averaged like 5 yards per pass attempt, again, because there was no pass blocking and there's not a lot of explosiveness at wide receiver, but he was really efficient and didn't miss a lot of throws. The run game wasn't pretty, but Kai Diggins was not the best, and he had our best yards per carry at 3.3, which says something. I liked what I saw from the receivers. I thought Reggie King and Emmanuel Cortez were both pretty good. I do want to get Tyrese Rogers and the tight ends a little bit more involved, and I also want to see more Makai Diggins as a receiver. Defensively, started off rough, but it got a lot better as the day went on. I was particularly impressed with Malcolm DeGray and Miles Burrow. I thought they were both really good, and we also beat Maryland in the turnover game. We forced 1 turnover, and we did not turn it over once. Mark Mitchell did a good job as the kicker, 2 for 2 on field goals, 2 for 2 on extra points. As we briefly look at the Maryland stats, I don't think Talia Tonga Vailoa was all that good. He had a few deep passes, but other than that, wasn't all that impressive. Maryland did run the ball really well. I thought Fleet Davis was impressive. I will say Dante Demas was held in check. Shout out to Teddy Edwards for really covering him well. So overall, even though we lost, even though Maryland killed us in the first half, I'm pretty happy with how our team played, and I think we certainly showed a lot of promise and a lot of grit in that matchup. So next episode will be a doubleheader. Most episodes in this series will include 2 games. I only did 1 today because it is our opener. I figured that was most fitting. We play both games at home next time with Rutgers and Virginia Tech. two more Power 5 teams, but based on how we played today, I think both of these games, I don't know if I want to say they're winnable, but we can beat Rutgers, and Virginia Tech isn't some powerhouse either, so I would certainly like to see the team carry the momentum into these next 2 weeks before we go to Tuscaloosa and probably get murdered by Alabama. So I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and excited for more Metropolis Bulldogs Teambuilder Dynasty. Peace out.